Hi Stampers, this is Kim with Great Inspirations. Thank you for joining me today. I thought we would make a card together that I call a triple tab pop-out card. And here are some samples of the cards. And I call it a triple tab pop-out because when you open it, there are 3 tabs that pop right out at you. And as you can see, there's room on these tabs to stamp greetings, images, and this one I've left blank, so if you would like, you could sign your name and maybe write a short message. Here's another example. We open it up. Happy birthday. And then here's another one. Howdy. Happy birthday. No place to write there, but look, on the back, since it's white, there's plenty of space. Now, if you didn't use a white card base, something else you could do is I've used this piece of cardstock that has lines on it, like notebook paper, and I just put that on the back of my card. Here's the front. Tidings of comfort and joy. Yes, this is my Christmas card for this week. And we open it, thinking of you at Christmas. And there's more of that pattern paper with the lines. And I know you're saying, oh, great, Kim, but I don't have any paper with lines. Well, that's quite all right because here's a card with a grill. Nice card for the guys. Holy smokes, it's your birthday. No place to sign our name there, but I just put a panel on the back and stamped a little image. Now I have a few other cards because I have to tell you, once you start making these cards, it's addicting. I made so many of them. And this one was where it really started, things started getting crazy. Because I made 4, then this was the 5th one, and I thought, these are good cards for guys for birthdays. Oh, Father's Day is coming up. So I made a bunch of Father's Day ones too, using this same the triple tab pop out card. I also made one for my grandson's graduation and for my son and his wife's anniversary. Now those I won't be able to show you because they've been sent out, but here's one with just some men's wear and items. Open it up. It's the best day because it's your birthday. And happy birthday. But do know that this one and the next few that I'm going to show you, there are also Father's Day versions. But I'm just going to keep those hidden away for now. And here's one with a car theme. Happy birthday. Enjoy your day. Here's one that's fishing. It's a nice fish on there. It's the best day because it's your birthday. Happy birthday. And then my husband was in the Air Force, so I always have to make airplanes or cards with planes on them when I can. So here's one. The sky is the limit. And then on the back, happy birthday. So like I said, it gets addicting, but this card is easy to make. Now it does have several pieces, but that's okay. It doesn't take long to cut them out. And after you make 3 or 4 or however many I made, you kind of remember what size all the pieces have to be. So we'll just move these out of the way for a while. And I'm going to bring in my little scoreboard here that I am really starting to like this because I can use it just at my desk. I have a larger one that's over on my cutting table, but this comes in really handy actually for videos and for just having it at my desk. So for this card, it does take a whole sheet of cardstock. And then it's going to take some pattern paper and maybe some other color of cardstock, a light color, be it white, or you saw that I used some of the tan and that kind of thing. But so I made this chart so that you can cut and get all the pieces you need from the one piece of cardstock. Now, if you have a card base of a certain color and you have larger cardstock scraps of the same color, use those first. But if you don't, this is a way to get the most out of your cardstock. So what we need is a card base, and we'll just pick that out of all of these pieces here. And that card base is just a regular A2 card base that's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And that's where this top piece of our paper, this is the card base. So here is the one I've cut for the card we'll make today. And then we need the inside mechanism. That is right here. If you look down in there, you can see, makes like a little box. You need some cardstock for that. And it is 5 3/8 by 4. And that's where we're going to, right here, have this piece. And well, of course, you would cut along here, and you would have your card base. And then this piece, we're going to cut at 4 inches. So you will get this piece that's 5 3/8 by 4 inches. Then you're going to move over to this last piece that you will have left, and you will cut it. So you're going to have from here to here, but you're going to cut it at 3 3/8. And then you will have this piece that you will cut each of them 1 3/4 tall. Then you will have all the pieces of cardstock you need for your card. This is scrap, and there's a teeny tiny line across here that is scrap. So this is the way that you can cut all of your pieces from one piece of cardstock. But like I say, if you have a card base and then you have larger pieces of scrap cardstock, use that first by all means. So let's get started here. I will tell you that all the cutting measurements, this chart, and supplies, all that kind of thing will be found in my corresponding blog post. And the link to that blog post can be found in the description of this video. I think, well, on my iPad, I just hit more and it comes up. So here's our card base. Like I said, I have already scored it at 4 1/4. And then here are our 3 pieces of cardstock for the tabs. And then here is the piece for our mechanism. And it is 5 3/8 by 4. And we're going to score it. So our cardstock, or card base, has already been scored at 4 1/4. And now we're going to score the piece for the mechanism at 1 inch, 2 inch, and 3 inches. So we just go 1, 2, 3. And we're finished with that. And now we're going to just fold these score lines. And I'm going to bring in a bone folder and crease them really good. Okay, so there's that. Now let's fold our card base. Okay, now what I'm going to do, and you may find this totally backwards, and if you feel that way, then, you know, do it your own way. But I'm going to put the front panels on my card, and I have this mat, and then our focal mat, and we'll just get those right on here. Oh, I forgot to get the adhesive. Let me reach way over here. Here we go. Get out my craft mat. And we'll just stick this right on here. And then we'll put some adhesive on the back of this. I'm going to turn this so I can kind of see what I'm doing just a little bit better. There we go. And now we're going to, because we have this on, it just works easier for me because if I put it on before we do this inside mechanism, there's like a bump. So that's why I put this here first. But you decide what works best for you. And I'm actually going to use some liquid glue to put our mechanism inside. And what you're going to do, you have it, we've scored it, fold it in half, and the folded edge is going to go to the outside. It will be pointing to the right, basically. And these cut edges will go towards the middle of the card. So we're just going to put some glue right on this edge here. And you can use, if you don't want to use liquid adhesive, you don't have to. You can use any kind you care to use. And then we're going to get this right up against the fold line. Press. And just give it a few seconds there. And now we're going to put adhesive on this side. And just fold it down and press some more. I'm going to just open this up. And now I'm going to press, and I'm going to use my bone folder and just press those sides down. And there we go. If you look down in your card, you'll see there's a little square or a diamond. And that's the inside mechanism that's going to cause our tabs to pop out. So let's work on those. Oh, you know what? Before we get too carried away, let's put our back panel on here. This is where you can sign your name, write a short message. I did open up a new bottle of glue. I think in my last video I said I was about to run out, and I am. I just don't want to give up this bottle. I've got it all worn down right where I like it, where I can squeeze it. Okay. Let's just get this right here. And there's that. And we have some pattern paper to put inside here. I almost forgot about that. These are 5 1/4 by 3. So if you have 6 by 6 paper, perfect, because you can cut it at 5 1/4 and then just cut it in half. Then we'll just get this in here with a little border around these, along these two sides and this side. Do the same thing. The other side of the card. Just get this right in here and try to get our borders even. the inside borders here will not be the same as on the sides and top and bottom, but that's okay because you really won't see them. So now, this will go on the front of the card, but I need to get some dimensionals, and I'll get those in a little bit. But we need to do our tabs. So what I have here, I have one that I've stamped Celebrate, Celebrate, Celebrate. And then I have two that I've just stamped flowers on. And they're going to go on these tabs that we cut. And these are the ones that are 3 1/8 by 1 3/4. These are. And so this is 2 7/8 by 1 1/2. And there we go with that one. And we have this one to do. Oh, it's going. I'm going to run out. Maybe it'll get me through today. And we'll get this right on here. And then we have this one. Okay. Now we're going to open up our card. And you decide what you want at the top and near the bottom here. This one will go here, and then I'm going to put this one here. So we're only going to put glue. This is about 1 inch wide, so we don't want to go more than, I would say, 3/4 of an inch with our glue. Just put it, get it on here. Oh, see, I'm running out. It's so sad. I've had this glue for months. You want to get it right lined up at the top edge of the mechanism. Right like that. Then I close it and just press a little. And there that one is. And now we're going to do the one at the bottom. So some glue right here. Oh, if it just holds out for one more tab after this. Are you guys like that? Do you hate giving up glue that you've been using for a long time? Or, you know, the glue bottle or something? Okay, so then we move this to the very edge. Get it in place. Close it and press. And there we go. Now I'm turning it this way so that these tabs are pointed up, because this one goes here. And I always have to make sure I don't put it upside down. So it goes right here. So I will be putting adhesive here. And I literally may need to get out that snail adhesive. There we go, that'll work. And I'm going to just slide that right in there. Give it a little press. Get in there evenly. And press it. And there we go. There are our pop-out tabs. And this will go here, but of course I forgot to bring my dimensionals over, so if you'll just bear with me a couple seconds, I'll grab them. Here we go. And we'll take the backs off. Bring this right here. Don't need that anymore. And there we go. Now, of course, if you wanted, you could die cut some flowers to put around it. You could mat it. I just didn't think it needed one with the die cut I'd used. You could do all kinds of different things to fancy up the front of your card. But here it is, the triple tab pop-out card. So there's the one we just made. And here's my Howdy one. And wishing you everything wonderful. And then we have the more masculine cards, the enjoy. And let me see if I can reach these others. And there's the grill and the manly things. The airplane, the Christmas card, fishing, and there's the car. Now I will say about this card, it's a tad heavier than others. So if you put a lot of dimensionals on it, like I have on some of these, you might want to consider making that a card that you hand deliver, or be aware that there may be a need for extra postage, especially if you put, this one seems to be okay. It doesn't seem to be all that heavy. It would go, I'm pretty sure. It's just pretty straightforward. But this one, I've put dimensionals on the greeting. These little flowers are on dimensionals. It feels like it would go too. There's just some of them, this airplane, it doesn't. It feels heavier. I'm not sure why, but it could be because I have a lot of dimensionals on it. I'm not sure. But just be aware of that. Just be aware that it might take more postage if you put a lot of dimensionals or a lot of layers. But it is a fun card, and as I said, it's addictive because, you know, I've made all these and more. And a lot of fun. So I am so thankful you joined me today. I hope you've enjoyed this card. I hope you will give this card a try. And like I said, on my corresponding blog post, there are instructions and charts and supply list and all that stuff there pertaining to this card. Until next time, stamp happy.